Welcome back, everybody. So, interesting ingredients and unexpected flavors have rebranded the humble cookie from simple treat to decadent dessert.
And since today is International Cookie Day, our next guest is serving up unique recipes to inspire your holiday baking. Please welcome back to the show, Gavan Knox.
Yay!
Good to see you. First of all, can we talk about how cute this shirt is? Is this not the most adorable thing? I love it.
Such a sweet shirt.
So cute. So
hey, listen, we're in the moment of like a cookie renaissance, it feels like. It's not just bakeries, traditional bakeries opening up. It's like actual stores that are just selling cookies. So why do you think this is?
So yeah, it's a cookie crazy time at the moment. And there's a couple of factors to this, I think. Sometimes you just want a little bite of something sweet. You know, you don't want to have to splash out for a whole cake, or you don't want to have maybe a dozen donuts. And cookies serve that factor. And I believe one of the main contributors to this is after, or during pandemic, actually, in lockdown, people were at home and they discovered baking. They got back into it.
Yes.
You know, I remember the great yeast drought of 2020 when everybody was baking. And then when the world kicked back in again, people decided, you know what, do I really want to go back to an office job? And they started using those talents that they found at home. So hence you've got like all these pop-up stores and cookie boutique stores using, you know, unusual or unique flavors.
I wonder if it's a little nostalgia too. Because when I think of cookies, like cookies and milk, I think about being a little kid.
Really,
Yeah,
for me,
it-
it's my
it hits
afternoon
that.
treat. It's a good cup of coffee or tea and a nice cookie. That's all you need, and I
it's a
love
sugar
that.
rush.
And I heard that you said for this festive season, don't go with the traditional, mix things up. So I'm curious, what did you bring for our first cookie?
So first out of the gate, we have an espresso martini cookie. So...
Are you kidding me?
No, I always in there.
Can we eat it
it's
now?
that one there.
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm so
basically,
my eyes are dazzling.
I know,
Okay.
too many.
Okay.
So you've got a coffee chocolate cookie with white chocolate chips and some ground up espresso beans in there.
Okay.
This then is topped with a coffee liqueur white chocolate buttercream and finished off with an espresso covered cup or chocolate covered espresso bean.
Gavin, this cookie hits in waves. Like you bite it and you're like, oh yeah. And then you're like, oh
Hopefully
yeah.
good
And then you're like,
It's so good.
so lovely.
I like to build it up, what can I
You
say?
built it. You built up those flavors. Incredible. Now, shortbread, obviously, super traditional holiday treat.
Everybody does it.
But you've done something a little unexpected. There's like a mystery ingredient in this. So we're gonna give them a taste and try
That's
to
this one?
guess.
No taste, that's
Okay.
it there.
All right, let's see.
Give it a taste, see what happens, see what you're feeling, what are you tasting, what are you getting. I'm taking silence as a good thing.
Tap that in the kitchen, you should be good at this. What are we tasting? I'm just tasting goodness.
So these are basically, it's a shortbread flavored with roasted pecans and candy cap mushrooms.
What?
Not those type I would hasten to add.
I never would have guessed this.
These are basically a type of mushroom that, unlike standard mushrooms, don't taste mushroomy. They actually taste like other things. So some taste like spices, some taste like seafood. In this case, they taste like maple syrup or burnt sugar. So when they're dried, grind them up, add the powder into your shortbread, and you get that kind of mapley, molassesy...
But without being cloyingly sweet.
Yeah, it's not over the top, it's that hint.
Listen, I'm looking for that mushroom taste, and I cannot find it, y'all.
No, it's not
so
mushroomy
good.
at all. You can sneak it in there.
All right, so what have you topped this cookie with?
So these are topped with a delicious bourbon buttercream. Oh! So this cookie to me is just like, it just smacks of coziness and fireside, so whether it's campsite or log burners, and adding in bourbon there into the buttercream kind of increased that for me
I feel like you could put that cream on an old shoe, and it'd be like, that makes that third shoe taste delicious.
And for my next segment...
Right?
Shoes.
That's so good.
Okay, so next you brought a more classic route for the holidays. It is a red velvet peppermint cookie. Please tell us about these.
So yes, this is classic. You know, you've got the red velvet, you've got white chocolate, crushed candy cane. Because who doesn't like a dash of peppermint on the holidays? You know, you've got like schnapps in their candy canes. So these are a red velvet cookie, and I finished them off with a white candy melt, which is easier to use than chocolate. And then I've finished them off with some crushed candy cane. When you're making them, a handy hint is use a food gel as opposed to a food liquid dye, because by the time you add the amount that you need of a liquid, it affects the consistency. Whereas the gel is more concentrated, you can get that really vivid color without affecting your batter.
That's a hot tip. I love that.
There you go.
Right.
Okay.
So what other flavors would you pair with red velvet?
Yeah.
So red velvet, of course, you have the quintessential red velvet cake, which brings to mind cream cheese. Now, if you're making these out of holidays, which you can, just drop the peppermint flavor and put on a cream cheese frosting. You could also use maybe a dark chocolate ganache, would also work really well with it, and kind of pick up the cocoa nuts of the cocoa notes
I
of the
love that
cookie.
idea of the dark chocolate. That's a great idea.
Great.
It's a good one.
All right, so let's move on to our next cookie. This one sounds incredible. The orange cranberry and prosecco sandwich cookie.
It is so beautiful.
I don't even want to eat it. It's
fancy.
so pretty. But I'm gonna eat it
So yeah,
anyways.
yeah, eat it. That's what it's there for. So yeah, these are basically like I guess you could say a party cookie. It's more sparkly in more ways than one. So,
But like a party in your mouth, sorry.
so,
I didn't even eat it. I was like, put it in your mouth already. It's so good.
The orange.
so these are an orange shortbread with orange zest in the shortbread, and then you have a cranberry and prosecco buttercream, and finished off then with a cranberry sugar glaze on it, and just for a little extra sparkle to go with the bubbles, some edible glitter on top there as well.
That is a winner.
I think this might be my favorite so far. It's tough to
It's
choose.
beautiful, and it also is incredible. I've never tasted anything like it. All right.
Good, that's a winner.
The next one is another mystery. You want us to guess the flavors.
Yes.
So we're gonna taste.
That one in there. It's that
There's a
one
few
there.
in this one, I think.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
There's a
Here we go.
little bit.
Oh, like a red pepper jelly?
Peanuts?
Peanut red pepper jelly. Okay, so basically, what we have here is what I call a pad thai cookie. So in here, basically.
Wait, am I right?
Yeah. There is
was
peanuts.
right.
There is peanuts, but it's a bacon fat and peanut butter cookie, and I've added in some lime zest and fish sauce to kind of pick up those
Oh
pad thai
my God,
notes.
it's so
Bacon
good.
Bacon fat, and then finished it with a tamarind buttercream on top. So of course you're picking up all those notes of my favorite dish in Thai food,
And
pad
there's a little
thai.
bit of a kick, a little bit of a
The
peppery
kick,
taste.
and that's picked up from the candied chilies on top.
Oh my gosh, this is so inventive and exciting. I
No
love
more
it.
chocolate chips.
All right, so I feel like most people probably haven't baked with bacon fat before. So what are some other ways we can use it?
Okay, breakfast is the first thing that comes to mind.
Of course.
When you're doing your fried breakfast, cook your bacon first, and you'll have the rendered fat in your pan. Then cook your eggs in that. So your
Okay.
eggs pick up that bacon flavor.
Okay.
Another favorite dish of mine is one I grew up with,
Mm-hmm.
having in Ireland as a kid for breakfast, is fried bread. So ordinary store-bought sliced loaf, cut in triangles, fry it in your bacon fat so it soaks up all that fat. As you can see, it's really healthy.
No, we have the same thing in the Caribbean. We just call it fried bakes. We have the
Yeah,
same thing
yeah,
you're
it's
describing,
fried
and I'm
bread.
like, yeah, we have it for breakfast.
Yeah,
Same
for
thing.
breakfast.
Together,
Yeah.
I love it. Okay,
Wow.
we're ending with something more classic. Tell us about your Black Forest cake.
Oh my God.
So these are Black Forest cookies, and they're an homage to my mom because
Aw.
of this time of year, she would always get a little bit fancy and make
Yeah.
those fancy bakes like Black
What's in
Forest.
this little...
I'll get to that. It's a little bit of
Should I
cedar.
just
Yeah,
drink it?
you can squirt it in your mouth if you want. No, go ahead. Or you can put it on the cookie,
I can put
drizzle it. It's
Oh,
actually
good.
it's
It's
the
cherry.
cherry juice. So yeah, these are based on a Black Forest gatto. You have a chocolate cookie, and then you have a white chocolate ganache, which has been infused with spruce tips. Yes, from a tree. And then you've got amarena cherries on top, so you pick up all those flavors.
Every time we like a cookie, you top it. This is incredible.
I like to keep you guessing.
This is incredible.
Coming back for more.
Gavin, you are an absolute delight. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for this. Absolutely incredible.
Oh my goodness.
And studio audience, listen up to this. Our friends at Gay Lee want to help you save money on your holiday baking this year, so they're sending you all home with a prize package of products. Isn't that great? We'll be right back.
Yeah. I don't even know which one I like better.
Neither do I. Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.